In this video, I'm going to show you how I generated $70,000, over $70,000 in the last quarter without getting on sales calls, without running ads, without doing any of that. So I did this using funnels. If you've never heard of what a funnel means, it literally just means that you're using a landing page sort of like this one, and essentially there is no navigation bar at the top, so there's no distraction. A funnel basically is the only thing that they can do once they land on your page is take the action that you have in front of them. In this case, the only action you can take in front of me is watch a video or opt in or leave your contact information in my little web chat thingy, right? So very, very simple. Now, if you want to talk numbers, here's our exact numbers that we did. Here's the exact, revenue that we generated, all of this from this exact funnel, nothing else. And like I said, without running on a bunch of running ads or getting a bunch of sales calls or sending a million DMs. Very, very simple. We use content to leverage our funnel. The funnel then does all the work. So let me break it down step by step. First thing is it's called a lead magnet. When you give a lead magnet, is you're giving away something for free in exchange for their contact information. We generated 994 opt-in leads. That means that we just saved $33,000 in ad spend. How did I get to that crazy number? LinkedIn ads, every lead costs about $33, right? So, and that's on average. Depending on what industry, it might be different. I think lawyers is like $600 for like a booked call. I don't know. Anyways, from what I have seen, what I have learned, $33 is usually how much it costs on LinkedIn. So 33 times, just for easy math, let's just say it's 1,000. So that's 33K that we saved in ad spend, all because I leveraged content to my funnel. And this is what a lot of creators and a lot of people are not doing, right? A lot of people are just like saying, you're building followers, but you're not necessarily building your email opt-ins. And if you don't do that, then if LinkedIn shuts down tomorrow, if you lose your account, you lose all your progress. But when you have opted-in leads, now you actually have a database of people you start collecting and start, giving more traction and all this different things, right? So you can actually start growing, and it becomes compounded growth rather than like always spinning your wheels looking for the next lead. You start leveraging everything you guys are doing. You can leverage to continue growing and growing and growing. So, all right, so we get the lead gen out of the way, right? We get the in this case the lead magnet is exactly what the lead magnet was. Is generated like 1,000 leads or whatever. 44% opt-in rate, which is super high in comparison to like industry standard. I actually have a document here that I prepared for somebody else and said 5 to 15% is the industry standard opt-in rates. 30% or higher opt-in rates are considered cream of the crop funnels. So without going too far and going by industry standards, this right here is telling you that this is a cream of the crop funnel, right? It's telling you that this is actually a really high converting funnel, probably worth driving traffic. Now that I have this data, now I can actually drive ads if I choose to. It's going to, it's indicating that it's going to perform better. Now, in terms of, let's see, in terms of the next step, after they get hit by the GPT generator, which is essentially what I was giving, the next page that they're gonna see access to is the generator. I mean, the thank you page. This is called a thank you page. Thank you page is pretty much going to be a nurture video saying like, hey, thanks for like signing up. Now that you downloaded this, here's how you actually use it. Blah 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 blah. By the way, if you want to work with us, here's what you do. Here's next steps. Here's who this is for. Blah blah blah. Right. So you actually start doing like little soft pitches. And you can see the soft pitches because now you can see a call to action button to the next step, and you can also see the thing that they actually signed up for, right? You want to deliver on that. But then here's the next thing that I actually gave them access to. Now, in this case, depending on your offer, in this case I sent them to like a video, but when I had this active for the bootcamp, it was a bootcamp button. So that means that all the traffic that's coming in, now I'm actually retargeting them to my other funnel pages. Now let's go to the bootcamp. The bootcamp, my personal favorite way of doing these things, you guys can choose whatever method you like. You can do webinars, summits, one-to-one sales calls, whatever the case is. My personal method that I love so much, and I've been perfecting for like the past 4 years, or I don't even know how long, is boot camps. The reason why is because I don't have to talk to a lot of people individually. I can leverage my content to drive buyers into that. And if you think about it, it's a different form of lead gen, because typically when you're doing lead generation, you're paying for leads, you're paying Facebook ads, you're paying for cold email, you're paying. But when you're doing a boot camp, you're just posting content, attracting the people that resonate to your message. They're self-qualifying you themselves, and they're paying you to self-qualify. It's, in my opinion, this is like probably my favorite style of selling. And this is why I love it so much, because it eliminates all of the additional hand, like one-to-one uh like things that I'll have to do, and I just use content to drive traffic to this funnel, and then the funnel does all the work. So now the funnel, you want it to have two things. You want it to have a pop-up that has that you can collect someone's information and give them something in case they decide not to buy. And then you actually want to have the boot camp. Again, the boot camp, you're going to have a video and all these different things. And then when you actually sign up for the boot camp, when you click on that, it's going to send you to another page, which is going to now be a checkout page, right? And the checkout page, if you're doing a virtual event, I would recommend keeping it between 27 to 97, unless you're doing something a little bit like the way that I use the boot camp. Like I said, it's the self qualifying paid lead generation tactic. If you are doing maybe like intensive where you're actually showing current clients how to do something like super super high level, like an intensive, and you want to charge 997, that's a different strategy, right? I'm talking about if you're using virtual events as lead generation. If you're using intensives to charge 997, $5,000 for these like weekends, that's completely different. We're talking strictly right now uh paid lead generation, like self-qualifying um leads that are self-qualifying themselves by joining your bootcamp, essentially. So in this case, I did a bootcamp. You can charge anywhere from 27 to 97. Anything over 97 starts getting a little friction. The whole purpose of this is because you want to upsell them through the funnel and through your bootcamp. Now, when it comes down to it, right, you have your boot camp here. You have a payment. You can actually choose to pay, whatever the case is. And then if you go to the next page, they're going to see what's called a OTO. OTO stands for a one-time offer. The one-time offer literally means that you're going to now offer them something at a discounted price, something that you normally sell for higher at a very, very low rate. So in this case, for example, AI Marketing Mastery normally retails for $997. On this page, grab a copy for $197. It's a one-time value, and the whole purpose of this, sorry, it's a one-time offer, and the whole purpose of this is to increase your average cart order. And I'm going to show you stats in a second. But what this is doing is you're increasing the amount of revenue that's coming in through your funnel, and you're increasing the amount of revenue that you're collecting just by adding offers into your funnel. And here I added a screenshot for proof. Like, we actually sold this as $997. Like, this is actually a really good deal. So if people don't buy that, then you have a downsell. The downsell pretty much means you get a little bit extra off, or maybe you get a payment plan so that you make it accessible for them to purchase. And in terms of numbers, this is what the numbers actually represent. So for the order form, so we had 20% people actually opt in into the order form. That means that about $12,578 were generated from the bootcamp alone for the access to the bootcamp. The AI Marketing Mastery, the Upsell, generated $8,110. So um because I added an upsell, I added an extra 8K to my total bootcamp. So now my bootcamp didn't just generate $12,500, it generated $20,000, $20,600, right? And because I added a downsell, I captured 14 more people that paid the downsell. So now I actually generated an extra $2,158. So instead of stopping at the $12,000 mark, I added a couple more offers to increase my order size value by $10,000 more dollars. So now my bootcamp alone has generated $22,000. I did not have to get on a single sales calls to generate the first 20K. What I did next is, then when I have people on a boot camp, then I usually I ask for permission and I say, hey, would you guys actually like to see how we can help? And I wait for them to say yes. If they don't say yes, then that's a different, it's never happened. But because I give so much value, then people want to know what happens next. People want to know how I can, help them keep the momentum going. People want to know how I can actually help them because I give so much value in the boot camp. And that's where a lot of people also get it wrong. They think that the boot camp is just like, oh, well, it's paid lead gen, so I'm gonna sell, 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 sell. And at the end of the day, what I have found is when you over deliver in value, people are going to come to you asking and begging you to work with you. right? So I just over deliver with so much value that they're just like, wow, thank you so much. This is amazing. I'm learning so much, blah, blah, blah. And then I naturally let them ask me what comes next, right? So it's a whole process. It's a little dance, right? It's a little dance that you're doing with your leads and your prospects. And again, it's not because you're just trying to be greedy out of this whole thing. It's because you know that you also have a solution that's going to help the people that you're talking to. Otherwise, they would not be in the bootcamp in the first place. So what happens next? In this case, I sold the AI Business Accelerator. Well, the AI Business Accelerator in this particular funnel, now it just what I did is in the 3 day boot camp, it's a 3 day boot camp. Usually on the second or third day, I'll ask for permission if I can share my next thing, and they say yes. And then I upsell people. So now I present what the AI Business Accelerator is. I share how much it costs. I total transparency. This is what you get. This is how much you're getting it for. This is the pricing. Blah 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 blah. You can sign up now. If you sign up now, I'm gonna give you like 3 fast action bonuses, and I make those bonuses so irresistible that people just say, this is so much value, right? And they sign up because it becomes a no brainer thing. So my offer is so good and so compelling that people naturally want to sign up. What happens is this is how I now onboard clients in bulk, so to say, because in a 1 hour presentation within this 3 day boot camp, I now presented an offer to many people, and these many people are now going to upsell themselves and go to this other funnel and sign up. And when they go to this other funnel to sign up, they all have 48 hours before I take the page down. So now there's there is in a course of what is this like 5 days, let's say, in the course of 5 days, this funnel, even though there's like granted, I understand there's like pre-launch, pre-boot camp marketing materials going out, but revenue wise, in 5 days this funnel essentially generated like 70K, right? Or more, because here I have AI Business Accelerator, $46,000, and then the paid in fulls, there's $9,000, and also there was about $18,000 that were generated through PayPal, which weren't tracked through here. So actually generated more than that, so like $96,000 or something. So almost 100K from this funnel. What nobody sees also is what happens after, because now that these people are clients, right? Now that I have, whether it's PayPal, whatever the case is, now that I have all these people that are actually clients, now my role and like my responsibility now is to over deliver on whatever they're purchasing, so I can actually turn them into lifetime clients. So what people don't see from this after this funnel is all of the upsells, right? One of the upsells that we have is a CRM. We give them access to an all-in-one CRM. That's adding now an extra $97 per person per month that joined our bootcamp at a $27 price point, right? We have a bunch of other different things that we do. Whatever the service is, we now have a pool that we can come to and actually continue working with them, helping them, growing them. And by helping them and helping to grow them, they also keep working with us. And as long as we keep an amazing experience with them and we actually help them reach their goals, they're also going to want to continue working with us. So that's the goal. At the end of the day, no matter what you do, you always have to provide value, and you have to be of value and of service to people. But in this case, this is how we turned LinkedIn content into just because you have the screenshot, into 75K cash collected. And like I said, there's more revenue coming from other places, but just to keep it simple and transparent, based to this funnel alone, 75K cash collected, just by running a virtual event. So I know that some people might think, oh, but you have a big audience, whatever the case is. I will tell you that right now, my first bootcamp, I did it when I had 400 followers on Instagram, and I generated probably my first, like, I think it was probably my first $7,500 a month. And what happened is one of the people that was in that boot camp, he actually ended up paying $20,000 for additional services that he asked if I could help him with, and later on he became a $55,000 lifetime value client, all because I did a boot camp, right? So I'm not saying you're going to do the exact same thing. I'm not saying you're going to get granted the same exact opportunities, but I am saying if you show up online, you share valuable content, and you give people a chance to work with you, even if it's through boot camps or whatever it is, you'd be surprised the opportunities that can open up for you. So if you have any questions about this, or if you actually want to learn how to do this for yourself, you guys can go check out the AI Business Accelerator. It's in my featured section. It's also, I'll post a link in the comments. I'd be more than happy to help you guys do this for yourself as well. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that you found I hope that you actually found this helpful and valuable to your journey here on LinkedIn. Thanks for watching. Bye.